What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing the reading for all my Aquarius Sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of January 20th and February 18th, then you are an Aquarius Sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. I've got 3 different oracle decks, and I like to call this spread the Healing the Shadow spread. And in this reading we're going to talk about the shadow. Everyone's got a shadow side. It's our dark side. It's the side of us that doesn't really show itself, but it kind of holds us back from growth. And we need to heal it. And that's what this reading is designed to do. It's designed to tell you about your shadow, how it's affecting your life, and how you can heal that shadow and move forward. So hopefully it'll be a great reading. Before we get too far into this, I do want to say that this is a general reading for a large group of people. Not everything is meant to resonate with everyone. Okay, I realize that. But I think in this reading, you'll know pretty early on whether or not it resonates, depending on how connected you are with your shadow side. So we're going to be using the Mortem Oraculum, the Keepers of the Light Oracle, and the Crystal reading cards in this reading. So let's get into it. The first card we're going to look at is this one, and it represents where your shadow lies for my Aquarian Sun sign friends. And we've got a Cobra with Transformation. Alright, so, you know, when I read tarot cards, I get impressions, and they don't always go along with the traditional meanings, and I'm getting definitely keying more in on this snake than the word transformation. The feeling I'm getting here, and again, this is not everyone, but I think a lot of you, your shadows are kind of representative of the cobra, you know, sly, cunning, secretive, but also deadly. And I think your shadow aspect is one that's kind of full of venom. Maybe you want to hurt people. Maybe not physically, or maybe physically, but maybe a lot of you are, your shadow side is like, hurt that person, make that person feel small. You know what I mean? Make that person regrets what they did. Vindictive, possibly. Just thinking of it like the kind of the traditional view of the snake, at least in Western culture, of being very underhanded and very venomous. And so, you know, this can manifest in our lives in a bunch of different ways. You know, maybe you look down on other people. Maybe you do things to intentionally hurt other people. And, you know, one thing I do want to say about the shadow is that, you know, people are on all different levels. You know, some people are very aware of their shadow and they do their absolute best to minimize its role in their life. Other people have no idea about their shadow and they allow their shadow to run their lives. We're all going to fit somewhere along that spectrum in between those two extremes. So I think figure out how much of a role your shadow plays in your life and be honest about it. And I think that's going to help you to heal it in huge ways. But speaking of healing the shadow, this card here represents how you can heal the shadow. What entity is ready to help you to heal from your shadow? And we got Jwal Ghul. I don't know how to say his name. Kul. Jwal Kul. Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. The feeling I'm getting from this card is that in order to heal your shadow, I think you have to look at your daily life, your everyday activities. And I think the thing that's going to help you to realize your shadow and heal it is to look at your life and really be honest about how your shadow is influencing every decision you make. And you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be willing to see the ugly side of things. You know, if this reading so far is feeling uncomfortable, then that's a good thing. That means we've hit a nerve. But I think in order to heal the shadow, you need to first of all remember that you're on a path and that you have a goal. And your goal is, in order to achieve a goal, you have to take steps daily. Every single day you have to take little baby steps towards your goal. Now if your shadow is influencing those little baby steps, it's going to take a lot longer to get to your goal. So you have to be very aware of how your shadow is influencing your daily life, right? How are you responding to that guy in traffic who just cut you off? Let's use that as an example. You can say, "Whoa, that was my lane. He interrupted my day. He almost caused an accident. He was very unaware and very rude. You know, so I'm gonna honk my horn and I'm gonna flip him off and I'm gonna scream at him when I pass him." That's your shadow. That's the cobra right there. Okay. But if, you know, a guy cuts you off in traffic, you say, you know, maybe he didn't see me. Maybe he's in a rush. Maybe he's got somewhere to be. Maybe, you know, he's just lost his house and he's not thinking about driving as much. And then you give him space to go forward, and you never think about it again. That's responding to that situation without the cobra shadow. Okay, so just think about your daily little things. How do you feel about the person in front of line at you at the supermarket who's got 27 items in the 15 or item or less line? You know, just think about your life and how you allow your shadow to influence your thoughts, your words, your actions, your emotions. And once you realize how much of a role your shadow plays in your daily life and your day-to-day activities, realizing that can help you to heal, because now you know it's happening and now you can catch it in the act, right? You can, that guy can cut you off in traffic and your first instinct is to get really mad, but then you notice yourself getting mad, and then you can say, oh, you know, that's the cobra trying to come out. I'm gonna put the lid back on that basket. Okay, so that's just how you can help heal your shadow. So let's go on over to this card. This card represents what crystal or healing energy you can focus on, Aquarian friends, to help heal your shadow. Oh my God, we got Black Obsidian, the shadow. Well, Black Obsidian. What can I say about Black Obsidian? One of the best crystals to help heal the shadow, because what Black Obsidian does, shall I get my sphere? Just 1 second. Okay. What Black Obsidian, look at this guy. What Black Obsidian does is it brings your shadow roaring to the forefront. It's one of the, this table's not level. Clearly. Let's just go like that. There we go. You finally got movement on this channel. Anyway, I'm having too much fun. Sorry. Black Obsidian, it brings movement to... Wait, what? No, I'm sidetracked. I just want to set this down. All right. Put it right here. Black Obsidian shows you the shadow. So if you can carry Black Obsidian with you, I think you're going to be a lot more able to notice when the shadow's popping up. Black Obsidian is not an easy stone to work with, okay? It's very protective, and it's very it'll protect you from negative energy very well, but at the same time it's going to show you your negative energy, and that can be very uncomfortable to some people, and it can be a little bit it can be very, not just uncomfortable, it can be very painful to some people to understand and realize how their shadow is, you know, basically dominating their lives. So if you are going to work with Black Obsidian, I'd suggest like rose quartz in conjunction, just to smooth that out, just to keep you at a high vibration while you deal with this negative stuff. But keep in mind that, you know, wallowing in negativity is different than learning and working with your negativity. Those who wallow in their negativity get depressed and slovenly, and they don't get out of bed. Those who, you know, work with their negativity and learn from it, use it as a lesson, and they grow because of it. So that's what I'm asking you to do. That's how Black Obsidian can help you. It's relatively cheap. You can find it anywhere. There's all sorts of, you know, different kinds of obsidian, but Black Obsidian is definitely the most, I would say, the most powerful for this purpose. If you know, gold sheen obsidian is, if you're not ready to really deal with the dark stuff, you can use gold sheen obsidian or Apache tears or snowflake obsidian. They're not as intense as Black Obsidian. If you're not a crystal person, I think this kind of goes along with what I said, is be on the lookout for your shadow as much as you possibly can. Know that it's there, know that it's influencing every decision you make, and recognize it when it is. And so in recognizing it, now you have the ability to change it. If you're just unconscious of it, it's just running the show and it's doing its own thing. Okay, so now that we've seen all the cards as a whole, and we discovered that this table is not flat, I can definitely say that for a lot of you, I feel as though that there's some venom in your shadow, and your shadow is maybe vindictive, maybe it's combative, maybe it's just feeling superior to others. In order to heal that, you have to take it out of your daily life. You know, if you take it out of your daily life, then it comes out of your weekly life, and it gets removed from your monthly life. So start with the daily life and those tiny little opportunities each day to recognize the shadow and then change your response to it. And as far as crystals, black obsidian is going to be great. It's going to be intense, and it's going to get real. If you're not ready for all that, maybe some smoky quartz. I just got crystals coming out of every location here, every direction, or some tourmaline, or wait, I'm not done, or some pneumite. All of these things will work if you're not ready to work with black obsidian, which in my opinion is probably the most intense. I got grounded crystals everywhere. So that is going to be the reading for my Aquarian friends. I hope you guys got something out of that. Remember, this is a general reading. Not everything's meant to apply to everyone. If you want a specific reading where I tap into your specific energies, then you can head on over to my website, lightofriga.com. Link in the description box below. This would fall under the 3-card reading category, so it would cost as little as $10, I believe. Be sure to do all the YouTube stuff, the liking, the sharing, the subscribing, the commenting. It helps this channel to grow, which means we spread more healing to more people. So how could that be a bad thing? So thank you for all your interaction on this channel. And that's all I got. So I want to thank you for watching, Aquarian friends. I want to wish you love and light. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.